Welcome students, myself S.C. Kunde from Gokhale Education Society's JDC Bitco English Medium High School, Nasik Road. I have started lesson number 11, Reflection of Light. In the previous lecture, we have studied drawing the reflected ray, rules for drawing ray diagrams, image formed by. Now, in this lecture, we are going to study images formed by a convex mirror, divergence and convergence of light, mirror formula and magnification due to spherical mirrors. The first topic is images formed by a convex mirror. See in this diagram, it shows an object AB kept in front of a convex mirror MN. Now in this diagram, MN is the convex mirror and AB is the object. Incident ray AQ starting from A and traveling parallel to the axis and AR going towards the center of curvature as shown in the diagram. How these get reflected and form the image A/B/ can be understood from the figure. It is clear that the image is smaller than the object, behind the mirror and erect, as the reflected rays do not actually cross one another. The image is a virtual image. The nature of the image formed by a convex mirror does not depend on the distance of the object from the mirror. These images are always virtual, smaller than the object and situated behind the mirror. Try this activity which is given in your textbook, which is related to divergence and convergence of light. In this activity, take 5 sticks from a matchbox, arrange them so that their head come together at a point. And in this arrangement, the heads of the matchstick are said to have converged. And second, now arrange the sticks so that their uncoated ends are together at a point. The heads are spread apart, and in this arrangement, the heads are diverging from the point. A concave mirror is also called a focusing mirror. This is because, as shown in the figure, parallel rays get focused after reflection in this mirror. The size of the image produced by this mirror can be larger or smaller than the object, depending upon the distance of the object from the mirror. A convex mirror is also called a dispersing mirror. This is because, as shown in the figure, parallel incident rays get dispersed after reflection in this mirror, and the size of the images produced by these mirrors is always smaller than the size of the objects. how will you find if a mirror is concave or a convex mirror? The special mirror which is used for shaving is a concave mirror. When held close to the face, it gives vertical and larger image of the face. If the same mirror is taken farther away from the face, the image gets smaller and smaller. The mirrors used in cars and motorcycles are convex mirrors. In these mirrors, the image of a face is erect and smaller, and it remains erect but becomes smaller and smaller when the mirror is taken away from the face. As a result, we can see the images of the surrounding also in mirror. Thus, we can determine the nature of the mirror by studying the images produced by them. When the light rays coming from an object enter our eyes, we can see the object because while passing through the lenses in our eyes, the rays converge and the image of the object form on the retina of our eye. This image formed by the light rays actually converging at a point is a real image. A real image can be obtained on a screen. The image produced by a plane mirror is a virtual image. This image is produced at a point from which the reflected light rays appear to diverge. Image cannot be obtained on a screen as the rays do not actually meet here. When the light rays collect at a point after reflection from a spherical mirror, they are said to converge there. When we want to bring light rays together at a point, a converging light beam is used. Doctors use such a beam to converge light on a tooth, ear, nose, etc. Equipment using solar energy also use converging light. When light rays starting from a point spread out after reflection by a spherical mirror, light is said to have diverged. When we want light rays to spread out from a source, a divergent beam is used, as for example in a street lamp. The next topic is Cartesian sign conventions. The uses of convex and concave mirror, it is omitted from your syllabus. Now in Cartesian sign convention, according to the Cartesian sign convention, the pole of the mirror is taken as the origin. The principal axis is taken as the x-axis of the frame of the reference. The sign convention are as follows. The object is always kept on the left of the mirror. All distances parallel to the principal axis are measured from the pole of the mirror. All distances measured towards the right of the pole are taken to be positive, while those measured towards the left are taken to be negative, like a graph. In algebra, we have studied this. Distances measured vertically upward from the principal axis are taken to be positive, while distances measured vertically downward from the principal axis are taken to be negative. The focal length of a concave mirror is negative, while that of the focal length of a convex mirror is positive. Next topic is mirror formula. This formula is valid for all spherical mirrors, for all positions of objects under all circumstances. We get the correct value of distances by using the Cartesian sign conventions. The object distance u is the distance of the object from the pole, while the image distance v is the distance of the image from the pole. The relationship between the object distance and the image distance and the focal length is called mirror formula. The formula is given here: 1 upon v plus 1 upon u is equals to 1 upon f. Now here u is the object distance, v is the image distance and f is the focal length. Magnification due to spherical mirrors. The magnification due to a spherical mirror is given by the ratio of the height of the image h2 to the height of the object h1. This tells us how large the image is as compared to the object. Thus, magnification m is equals to height of the image divided by height of the object, that is equals to h2 upon h1. From this, it can be shown that m is equals to minus v upon u. As the object is always kept above the principal axis, its height is always taken to be positive. For virtual images, the height is positive, while for real images, it is negative. As the object is kept on the left of the mirror, its distance u is always negative.